And I want to ask you, in terms of talking about this corruption, by the way, a name that comes to mind in the news recently is Julian Assange. You know, he was exposing this corruption early on. He's had his life ruined because of it. It's a really sad story. Edward Snowden, I mean, think about that bravery. For me, I was quite young when that was going on. But I mean, the idea of saying, hey, whistleblowing, actually, we've got some corruption going on. They're not being honest with the American people. You could have had a chance to pardon these individuals. Why decide not to in that moment?
You have two sides of it. In one case, you have like sort of a spy deal going on, and in another case, you have somebody that's exposing real corruption.
Right.
I feel a little bit, I won't say which one, but I feel a little bit more strongly about one than the other.
Right.
And you probably understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But I could have done it, but I will say you have people on both sides of that issue, good people on both sides, and you have some bad people on one side. But I decided to let that one ride, let the courts work it out. Mm-hmm. And I guess the courts are actually doing that.
Yeah, these are big decisions.
Yeah. In a certain way, you know, you have a country and there was some spying things and there were some bad things released that really set us back and really hurt us with what they did. You understand that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, in many cases, what they did, these are the same people that came after me so viciously and dishonestly. Yeah. So, you know.
That's why I thought, hey.
So I say, come on, courts,
if I'm in your circumstance, I'm going, you know what?
Yeah, well, you can I could have gone, I was very close to going the other way.
Yeah, I think you were too nice.
I might have been too nice.
Might have been a little too nice.
I've been known for being very nice.
Yeah. I can't wait to ask more questions, but first, we're going to take a quick break and hear from our sponsors. Before we continue, let's talk about protecting your retirement. Inflation is already running hot, and now the Dems are trying to raise the debt ceiling. So here's the deal. If you think money grows on trees like our government does, then just keep living in ignorance. But if you're freaked out about the impact this additional spending is going to have on an already high inflation, then protect your savings now. Diversify a portion of your savings into gold and silver with Birch Gold Group. If you haven't reached out to Birch Gold to diversify part of your IRA or 401k into a precious metals IRA, you should do it today. Text Candace to 484848 and get a free info kit on protecting your savings with gold. Birch Gold has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, countless 5-star reviews, and thousands of happy customers. Let them help you safeguard your investments. Text Candace to 484848 to claim your free, no-obligation info kit on holding gold and silver in a tax-sheltered account. Again, text Candace to 484848 to take the first step in protecting your savings today.
We had a great administration, but I put some people in that didn't do the job. They just didn't do it. And I guess maybe on purpose they didn't do it. You know, it's one of those things. You put people in. Now I know everybody in Washington. I know the good, I know the bad, I know the ugly. But I had some people that I wouldn't have put in retrospect, but I had mostly great people. We had great people. We did a lot. We rebuilt the military, largest tax cuts in history, largest regulation cuts in history, regulatory cuts. We did a lot of things.
And you did it with under fire.
I did it
at all times.
It's funny, and I've been using this expression a little bit lately. I said, I had two jobs, to run the country and to survive. Because I was under fire. From the day I came down the escalator with our First Lady, I came down that escalator and I was under investigation. From the day I came, never in my life was I had every single aspect, everything I ever did for years. A friend of mine said, you have to be the most honest person in the world to have survived that. If they catch a comma, if they catch a misspelling word, they'll give you things, and they don't do it with the other side. They do that with Republicans, but me was the ultimate example. So number one, I wanted to run the country properly, and we did. You didn't see Taiwan, you didn't see Ukraine, you didn't see all of these problems that are happening that is so embarrassing. The pullout of Afghanistan was the worst event. By the way, I was all for getting out. I'm the one that brought it down to 2,500 soldiers, actually 2,000 soldiers, and they would never have even touched us.